Yo, what is good, YouTube? Krishan checking back in with another video. So you guys may or may not be looking at recent updates of Brandon Curry. He posted this up today and said, guess which prep this is from. But from what I'm seeing right now, I don't think I've seen this Brandon Curry before, and I would bet my money that this is probably recent. And how do I react to this? These are the most impressive updates I've seen this far going into this year's Olympia, outside of the updates of Big Ramy. You guys let me know in the comment section below, what do you think about Brandon's physique? And hopefully this is recent, but I don't feel like I've seen this Brandon before. The fullness in the upper body is just unbelievable. Also, the legs are looking pretty good as well. And as I mentioned in my last video, a lot of people are counting out Brandon Curry, which I think is a big mistake. Brandon is the current reigning Arnold Classic champion. He's been within the top 2 bodybuilders in the world for the past 3 years. He is the 15th Mr. Olympia. There are only 16 guys in the history of the Olympia that have been able to claim a Sandow, and Brandon Curry is one of them. Do not forget that. Now, in the next update of the day, this is a recent update from Nick Walker. And I'm interested to know, where do you guys currently have Nick Walker placing at this year's Olympia? Is he a threat to that top 3? Are the judges going to go with a freak factor, the crazy conditioning? Or are they going to lean more towards more aesthetic physiques, Brandon Curry, Samson Dowda, Andrew Jake? It's so tough for me. I'm leaning back and forth. I'm not really sure how Nick is going to do. I'm pretty sure he will maintain his position within the top 6. Not sure if Nick is going to move up, but Nick definitely has the potential to be in the top 3. It's more so if the judges want to go with a freak look or a more aesthetic look. But truly interested to know what you guys think, because I'm a little bit stumped on where to place Nick Walker right now. And in the next update of the day, we have recent updates from the bodybuilder that has no separation, Iain Valliere. And it's 7 weeks out from this year's Olympia. These are probably the best quads I've seen so far out of all of the updates I've covered. And I don't know why Iain gets so much flack, probably just because he has very strong opinions and he also likes to argue with the fans in the comment sections. But Iain is personally one of my favorite bodybuilders. Now, at 7 weeks out, look how grainy his leg is. Also, look at the size. At 7 weeks out from this year's Olympia, Iain is very dry and also in great condition. I could say this is better condition than some pros get into in their entire career, and this is why Iain places so high. Now, switching over to Hunter Labrada, these are the most recent updates of him ahead of this year's Olympia. Hunter is looking pretty good right now. Now, I'm interested once again on you guys' opinion. How do you guys think the Hunter Labrada versus Nick Walker battle is going to go? Is Hunter going to beat Nick again, or, was it just a political decision, as most people say, because his last name is Labrada? Or is Nick Walker going to walk over Hunter Labrada this year? I'm a little bit back and forth on this once again. Hunter's looking good right now. I'm glad he's finally hitting the overhead shot, but I think Hunter should really buckle down on his ab training. Bringing ab definition to his physique will really make a difference. Same with Steve Kuclo. Now, in the next update of the day, we have recent updates from Derek Lunsford. And I'm really impressed that Derek is holding so much size going into this year's Olympia. Initially, I thought he was going to do 212 and next year do open, because this year they were prepping for 212 initially, so they say. So I didn't think that he was going to be 100% because he wasn't planning on going to open. But it seems like Derek Lunsford is going to be massive on stage. Once again, another wild card. It's going to be so hard to make predictions for this year's Olympia. Some people have Derek Lunsford top 3. Some people have him scraping the top 10. And switching over to Akim Williams, we have a recent training update from him. Akim hasn't really been putting out many physique updates. And honestly, I feel like I'm one of the only people mentioning him. If Akim comes in peeled, I don't see why he can't beat a guy like Hunter Labrada. I don't see why he can't beat a guy like Iain Valliere. Now, you guys let me know in the comment section below if I'm crazy. But to me, Akim only has one bad shot, which is the back double bicep. Front double, front leg, both side shots, ab and thigh. Akim is 5'10", maybe 270, 280 with a tiny waist. Watch out for him. And in the next update of the day, we have recent updates from Wilkin ahead of the Romania Pro. And Brett seems to be in great condition right now. But honestly, it seems like Brett has downsized, or he is either very, very flat or maybe downsized and flat. But however, it does seem like Brett is going to bring a very high level of conditioning and detail. Now, we also have Behrooz Tabani doing this show. This guy looks absolutely crazy right now, and Brett Wilkin may be in trouble. Once again, still not sure of his visa status. Hopefully, he will be in Romania, but I don't know, guys. These 2 recent updates, I'm definitely leaning more towards Behrooz. This guy looks incredible, and once he turns around, hottie chooping level of conditioning and detail. You guys let me know in the comment section below, who do you have as your favorite right now to win the Romania Pro if Behrooz gets to the show. Now switching over to Mr. Consistent himself, Justin Rodriguez. And I've been pumping hype into Justin once again. Now Justin, I hyped you up for like 4 months straight going into New York saying you were going to win the show. End up placing 4th, I believe. So do not let me down at this year's Olympia. I believe Justin is going to impress some people. Now I'm not saying he's going to be top 6, but Justin is going to bring a better package than what most people are expecting. And I'm not sure if he's working with George Farrer anymore, actually. In the next update of the day, we have recent updates from Vlad Suhoruchko. And it seems like he got a workout in with the legend himself, Dennis Wolf. Vlad is looking crazy going into this year's Mr. Olympia. I've actually almost forgotten about him. But this guy's big and he comes in condition. And at the end of the day, we know that is what bodybuilding is all about. I'm excited to see how Vlad is going to stack up against some of these top guys. Can Vlad possibly shock some people? Now switching over to Charles Griffen. When I've been posting recent updates of Charles Griffen, seems like you guys have been giving him a little bit of flack, which is crazy. Charles took one of his weakest points, being his midsection, actually made it a strong point. I don't see why guys have a problem with Charles pulling a vacuum, as if back in the 70s Arnold didn't pull a vacuum to hide his wider midsection. But anyway, Charles' arms are looking unbelievable right now. Don't even look real. Definitely had to be an arm day. Now switching over to Marc Hector, these are recent updates from him. Now, where are all the outlets that were pumping out videos saying he was going to beat Andrew Jacked? He's the next Brandon Curry. No one is talking about Marc Hector anymore. They left this guy out to dry. But Marc will be competing in the Europa Pro soon. And in the past, Europa has let the top 2 guys qualify for this year's Olympia. So even if he doesn't win that show and is able to take 2nd, he should be able to go to this year's Olympia. Now, in the next update of the day, we have a recent update from Sergio Oliva. Also, Roelly Winklaar making an appearance. I'm glad to see Sergio working out, and hopefully he gets back on the bodybuilding stage soon. Now, a lot of people have been putting out videos saying Roelly is retired, posting bad pictures of Roelly, honestly really putting him down. I've seen Roelly working with Sergio, seen him out in the Netherlands with William Bonek, seen him down in Brazil with Gabriel Zancanelli and Lucas Coelho. I'm just glad that Roelly is still around in the sport, and I'm perfectly fine if Roelly never decides to compete again. Roelly is a legend and probably has the best arms in bodybuilding history. I don't see why people is giving him so much flack, man. Roelly has done a lot. Now, granted, he never reached his full potential, but hey, I'm just glad to see Roelly out here training guys still being around. And switching over to Classic Physique, we have updates of Dancovea Anderson ahead of the Texas State Pro. He is 2 weeks out. Now, I feel like I'm the only guy talking about this guy as well, but don't worry, other people will catch on soon. This guy has a crazy physique and his waist is pretty much non-existent. I'm excited to see him on stage. Now, I do have to touch on this topic. Some of you guys may already know about it. The Washington Post put out an article describing female bodybuilders' widespread sexual exploitation, and all of this was reported directly back to Jim Mannion. Now, I'm not sure if these are allegations or if these are 100% true, but the story seems pretty compelling. So I'm not going to go into this too deep, but officials of bodybuilding's 2 premier federations have been sexually exploiting female athletes for decades. I'm pretty sure none of us are really surprised by this, sadly. Pressuring them to pose for nude photographs, posting those to softcore pornography websites, and at times manipulating contest results in favor of cooperative competitors. Now, this is honestly sickening, but once again, I'm pretty sure this goes on in a lot of different industries. Now, I thought this was interesting as well because this was their response to all of these allegations. Once again, I will link this in the comment section below. I do not want to go too deep into this disgusting topic. As part of our efforts to grow the sport, we have expanded events and opportunities for our competitors, grown prize purses for female athletes, and improved communications for our competitors to raise any concerns they may have with the event or their experience. We address all concerns raised with the utmost care, concern, and timeliness. Now, of course, I have to give my personal opinion, and that sounds like absolute garbage, and it sounds like they are guilty. Now, this is also the last topic of this I want to touch on. Apparently, in 2013 at the Olympia, out of the top 10 from bikini and figure, those are 20 athletes. 18 of those were listed on JM's business websites as clients. And that's just unbelievable to me because that means potentially the top 10 in bikini and figure for who knows how long has been only because of JM's website. Now, I don't want to take any work away from the hardworking females, but definitely a lot of politics involved. Now, also while I was reading through this article, a lot of the women were open to this only because they thought they would turn pro or it would help them win the Olympia or, help them win shows. So it is a little bit sick, but a lot of them were only into it because they were thinking it would help their careers. Now, ending this video here with the archive of the day, you guys let me know in the comment section below which legendary bodybuilder is this. Hopefully you can spell his name. As always, I hope you guys did indeed enjoy this video. If you haven't done so already, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'm Krishan from Go Fitness, and that's it. I'm out.